And now I want to come to 1 Peter 4, which is the verse which says, how do I know I am part of the household of God? I've often taken this verse as the proof that I'm part of the household of God. We looked at these three verses where Satan takes advantage of us. Remember them? Ephesians 6, where we fight with human beings. Or Ephesians 4, where we get angry and don't settle it. Or 2 Corinthians 2, where we don't forgive someone. And by the way, those of you who are struggling with anger, supposing you're suddenly provoked, I want to give you a helpful bit of old covenant advice. Not new covenant advice is die to yourself. And allow the Holy Spirit to fill you. But old covenant also, there is a helpful second best. So here's the second best way to get over anger. The first is to be filled with the Holy Spirit. The second best way to get over anger is Psalm 4. This is the verse quoted in Ephesians 4, by the way. Be angry, but don't sin. Paul is quoting from Ephesians 4 and verse 4. Tremble with anger, but don't sin. This is the exact verse which Paul is quoting in Ephesians 4. Be angry, but don't sin. So Old Testament solution was, when you get angry, see the rest of that verse, go and lie down on your bed. What wonderful advice. So next time, brothers and sisters, when there's a fight in your house, go and lie down on your bed and be still till you cool off, like they say. That's the second best way to get over anger. But whichever way you do, make sure you settle it before sunset. Otherwise, the devil's got an advantage over you. Now we come to 1 Peter 4. I want to show you this verse. The mark of being a part of God's house. 1 Peter 4:17. The time has come for judgment to begin in the family, the church, the household of God, where we judge ourselves first. That is the mark of God's house. People who judge themselves first, who don't justify themselves, but who judge themselves first. It must begin with us first, it says. See, that's where the church is different from the world. You know, in the world, they put themselves first in everything. I want to come ahead of you. I want to push you down and go on top, whether it's a company or an office or even in politics, push other people down, go on top. Even in school, there are students who try to push other people down and go on top. This world is full of people who want to put themselves first everywhere. You know, children are, go and grab the biggest piece of cake or whatever it is. Me first, me first, me first. Everywhere. In important things. In unimportant things like passing through a door, you'll say, okay, you go first. Or washing your hands, please go first. Those are unimportant things. Important things, it's always me first, including you and me, till we get converted. But there's one area where the worldly people put other people first. You know where that is? Judging. All the people in the world, me first in every area except judging. There I'll put other people first. Now when we are born again, we get turned not upside down, but right side up. We are born upside down spiritually. We get turned right side up. So what happens? We put other people first in everything now except judging. There we put ourselves first. That's the mark of a person who's been turned right side up. The opposite of the world. And so it says here, we are now part of the household of God. We judge ourselves first. When something happened between you and a person, don't find out where he went wrong. Ask yourself where you went wrong. Ask yourself where you went wrong. Judge yourself first. And then we can be a part of God's house.